You idiot! Isn't it obvious? Could be funny, you aren't see the pain look on your face. Why else? Look, don't turn your eyes away. Look at it. Look. It's magic. It's furniture no matter how much you try to deny me and magic. Look. Sorry, battler. It was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting. Still, was just trying to do what Master told me, but it did work out really well. Higher, after acting soon, and exploring the depths of cruelty, if you act properly and competent and dare, you can get a massive prize and the goodwill meter thing, right? The only tone was the sound of the desolate wind blowing. The color of the glittering flower petals on the rose bush was that of gold. The group golden flower flies as one stands to this golden rose garden like fluttering rose petals. Can no longer be seen anywhere. The master of this golden land is Golden Witch Beatrice. To be called immature and cruel, arrogant and outrageous, and also naive and simple. That laugh of hers, which lost its grace more and more the longer it continued, can no longer be heard. The Golden Witch Beatrice sat like a doll resting in a deck chair adorned as beautifully as a golden rose garden. She wasn't relaxing there. Empty-eyed, never responding to any questions, and yet still not permitted to sleep. Beatrice was sitting there as if she was a doll. Her hair was down and Virgilia was carefully fixing it with a comb. If Beatrice had been complaining about this and that regarding her hairstyle, it would have been clear that she was the usual Beto. However, she gave no responses and showed no reactions. So instead, it only looked like Virgilia was combing the golden hair of a large doll. Alongside them, there was a table. On it was a chessboard, along with a mix of black and white pieces and an all-out battle. However, some of the other setup looked different from normal chess. It might have been a game similar to chess, but not identical. On the other side, sitting back in his chair as he contemplated his next move, was a young man. No, perhaps he wasn't thinking of his next move. Every once in a while, he would change the position of the pieces, reconstructing the situation each time he changed it. Maybe he was reconstructing the previous game, trying to discover the thought process behind those moves. In the past, Kenzo, the Ishimiya family head, once likened studying chess games to taking a journey throughout the thoughts of the old masters. Ishiromiya Battler was on a journey. A journey in search of the Golden Witch's thought process, which had led her to create these arrangements and make these moves. Battler took a black piece which he had only just moved forward and returned to its original place, sighing deeply. Battler's pieces were white. However, on the chessboard, the side facing Battler was Black's territory. He was stepping through the game from Vito's perspective. The more I do this, the less I understand your moves. Even Balor didn't expect that Beetle would respond to that statement. No, he was still holding on the hope that there might be a chance of her responding, and he only made it sound as though he was talking to himself. Beetle's eyes reflected nothing, and her mouth told nothing. After begging him to kill her, the golden witch had become a corpse which had given up on living. She wasn't sleeping. She was forbidden to step down from this game, therefore sleep was not permitted. So she must have heard. However, his words probably hadn't reached her heart. The golden witch would no longer sneer at Balor's moves, nor would she praise them or belittle them. Beaters were no longer anything more than a living doll. Even so, she would glance at him every once in a while. It would be an empty glance, but a glance nonetheless. Sometimes she would seem to make some sort of gesture or even move her lips. However, her movements were able to communicate anything to Balor. What led you to make this move in this situation? I don't get it at all. I don't understand your moves. Beto, Balor-kun is talking to you. Say something. Snicker or Goffle if you want. I don't even care if you use that show laugh of yours. It seemed unbelievable. That show laugh of Beetle's will never be heard again. However, even though she couldn't answer, his voice was surely reaching her. Balor was talking because he believed to her because he believed this. So he said the same thing one more time. What led you to make this move in this situation? I don't get it at all. I don't understand your moves. So, her thoughts don't make any sense to you. Rhea answered and her disciple said. Up to this point, she had done her best to avoid speaking for Beto. After all, there was a chance that Beto would respond some way, and Virgilia didn't want to be the one to take the opportunity away from her. Which meant that Balor was forced to bear with his silence. Until Beto herself answered. Virgilia could no longer bear to watch him like this. And Balor too wanted to have a conversation with Virgilia. With faith that their words would reach Beto's heart. Yep. I don't have a clue. The more I try standing in Beto's shoes and moving pieces like this, the less I understand. The successful execution of a serial murder following an epitaph. He was stepping through the games from the witch side with that as the victory condition. He just couldn't make it fit with Beto's moves. You can see several incomparable moves in the records of their past games that clearly conflicted with that victory condition. I don't get it at all. This journey through her thinking process is just too rugged. Even so, you won't give up, will you? Yeah. I promised. Kill me. Let me die. I promised to let her die peacefully. I'm the only one who can do that. His Rengengu was bound with a heavy cold steel shackle. It wasn't tied to anything, so it didn't restrict her movements. However, it symbolized restriction. It was a visualization of the restriction that prevented her from leaving the game without either victory or loss. And that shackle was probably hurting her. The merciless cold steel shackle was tormenting her over and over inside her waking dream. So there was never any relief in her empty expression. Her eyelids would sometimes tremble like she was having a dream. Every once in a while, she would let out a pained gasp. Unless I win, he will never be released from this curse that prevents her from resting in peace. Are you not in a hurry? It seems that the 5th game has already started. I'm not interested. Why should I take part in any game without Beto as an opponent? If that's the only alternative, this time we do past games on a journey in the search of Beto's thought process is a much better use of my time. I'll be the next game master. Any objections? You have none, right? I have tons. Beto has abandoned the fight and lost consciousness. Isn't this lost by default and game over for her? I'll admit a lot's happened to Beto, and it feels a teensy bit like she's been knocked out right now. That doesn't mean she's lost the will to fight. That's why I'm acting as her assistant. Get it? Beto was lying down on a deck chair, almost as though she was sleeping. However, she wasn't sleeping. And she wasn't awake either. She had nothing more than a living doll who had given up on victory, asked Bowser to perform her last rites, and trusted everything to him. And of course, no 5th game would ever be prepared if everyone just sat around. So, Lambda Delta had succeeded Beto as the game master, and proclaimed that she would prepare the next game. Quit messing around! This game is between me and Beto. I know who that you are. I'm not just gonna let you carry on without us. No one asked your opinion. Sober? Do you accept or not? Sure. No one succeed her position. What the hell? How dare you say that? I know who the two of you are, but I'm not gonna let you ignore Beto and me and just carry on by yourselves. Calm down. Of course, a different player would choose different moves. You might have a lot of reasons to feel uneasy about the idea, but even so, it could give you some big hints, right? Who cares? And who put you in charge? Beto's game has repeated 4 times, and you still don't understand anything, right? In that case, something about changing the player might lead to some huge hints. That's none of your business! This is our game! Beto prepared and she doesn't need to be her opponent! I know what hole you two crept out of, but I don't want you screwing things up. In that case, wake Beetle up and make her get the next game ready. Can you? Beetle won't be getting up for a while. But there's no need for a new game. Just the 4 games he's already laid out are more than enough. Even if there needs to be a 5th game, even if there is a 5th game, it needs to be something that Beetle lays out in a night challenge. You two have absolutely nothing to do with this. Balor couldn't hide his irritation at these two witches called Lambda, Doubt, and Burn Kesto. When showed up after the game started, who had started to try and continue it on their own. Like that, these witches were on an even higher level than Beto. So high, in fact, that even Beeto's master Virgilia couldn't come close. I had a feeling that he'd seen these two several times before. However, this was the first time he learned the names and spoken to them directly. You can't get the next game ready without waking Beto. That's why I'm gonna prepare it instead. Listen, Balor. We aren't so patient that we're gonna wait however long we have to for Beto to regain consciousness. Right, Burn? I don't like boredom. It really ticks me off. I don't really care whether you get bored or not. Come on now! Leave everything to perfect Lambda Delta-sama, okay? I'll take over as the Game Master. Don't worry, I won't play with too much certain perfection. I'll act all Beetle-like and bear plenty of clues, sponsors, and fakes that make no sense. I'll make it into one big hint to help you understand Beetle's world even more, okay? Letting my voiceless emotions explode, I slammed the table hard. The two witches barely flinched. One grinned, the other looked indifferent as though nothing had happened. The two of them just stared at me silently, as though they were reproaching me. What's this? Not satisfied? Are you saying that you stepped down from my 5th game? Is that lost by default? Balor won't step down. Of course he'll participate in the 5th game. Don't just decide that for yourselves! I'm not gonna play along with you two. I don't give a shit! And it really isn't lose by default, right? The which side wins this game? Keep and submit and we wrap things up then. If you step down, then you lose by default and the game ends. Are you okay with that? You want to make certain that your lonely sister will always meet with his miserable circumstances in endless number of worlds. That option is indeed open to you. When Burn Kesto mentioned Angie, Balor's expression changed instantly. How dare you talk about Angie so casually? It's because you have me, the Witch of Miracles Burn Kesto, as your ally. I think it's possible a miracle in which Angie's hand might come home to her. Well, if you throw that chance away yourself, guaranteeing that Angie's endless futures will all end in sorrow, that might be interesting for me too. I vaguely understood what she was saying. Until I went in Bito's game, I remained trapped in this bizarre world. If I banned victory, then most certainly my parents and I will never return to Angie. For Angie's sake, even though I know that the witches are toying with me, I must keep on fighting. Damn it! What's wrong? You look unsatisfied. Did you already forget the anger you felt when your sister was turned into mincemeat? The cycle where she was torn to bits, ripped to pieces by countless red-hot pillars. Do you need to look at it directly this time? Gasel faced the palm of her right hand upwards. As she did, a pale light gathered there. Some kind of blue glowing crystal appeared there. A scene was reflecting on a sharp surface. It wasn't the scene that surrounded them now. It looked even the crystal, that fragment. They probably learned what was reflected on there. As he stared at it, he was simply witnessed a scene where Angie finally reached her beloved brother after devoting 12 years of her life to that goal. Only have her entire body torn to bits while she was still alive. Damn! Without thinking, he grabbed at her collar. As soon as he touched whatever made her upper form disappear like foam on the waves. Then, as naturally as though she had been there from the beginning, Gasel was leaning against a distant wall. If you step down from the game, this will become not just a fragment, but a definite reality. I won't be the one to weave that future. You'll do it yourself. So you decide, alright. Figure out what you want to do with your beloved little sister's future. Valor's fist shook with anger. But even if he swung them down, he wouldn't be able to hit Castell. Like a cat or a phantom, this witch wouldn't even let someone pet her if she didn't wish for it. Besides, she's telling the truth. For Angie say you can't step down from this fight. Even if these unpleasant witches hijack the game board. That's just like you, Ben! Even the way you frame people doing what you want is heartless. That's how it is, battler! You aren't allowed to step down from the game board. You and Beat are both nothing more than pieces of the game board that exist to distract us from our boredom. Even your comprehensive anger and irritation make for a wonderful treat to stay our boredom. Well, this level of anger only makes for a cheap snack. Like those Curie favorite potato wafers that sell at 30 yen for a pair. You damn witches. Fight for Angie's sake. And for Beto's too, right? In a way that was admonishing, or perhaps babying. Turn Gesso smiled, tormenting Battler in a certain way to how something too sweet gives you a headache. The host of the tea party, Beto, was absent now. And the guest witches were already making themselves at home. So, what you do now is showing me up, Battler. Surrender to fate. Just step down. You've had nothing toyed with as a witch's piece, right? It's a thing when it burns pieces. You'll be a throwaway just like Angie. I'm not giving you the option of stepping down. Keep fighting for the sake of your sister's future. I'm on your side. Until you win, I'll support you so that you can reach that future. For all eternity, until I get bored. Battler couldn't allow himself to fall to their provocations and cajolery. These witches knew that he got mad easily, and they were trying to take advantage of that. Battler withstood all, and firing her legs to clenched fists. You want to start this 5th game of yours, and just do it. Do whatever you want. We were always gonna do that. Oh, hey, where are you going? Even though Battler acknowledged his 5th game, he turns back to them, which surprised Lambda Delta a bit. If you're going to be Beto's substitute, I'm sure that burnt Kesto witch over there can be mine if she wants. Not a bad idea. Otherwise, this will turn to you lost by default. Wait, I can't be Bernie? No! Are you just gonna ignore that this episode 5 that I put so much effort into making? Rude! Battler says he's going to take a break for a while. Until he comes back, I'll be the substitute player. This game is gonna be fucking horrendous. I see no way this game is gonna go. If fucking Bernie and goddamn Lambda are the ones in charge, this game is not gonna end well for anything. How's that sound, Battler? Yeah, you do that. What's wrong, Lambda? If your opponent is me, not the fool Battler, you won't play. Of course I will! I'm glad I get to play with you, Burn! Come on, let's play! Let's see together in Lambda Delta Sama Super Hyper and Kawaii Episode 5! This is a world that Beto created, remember? You aren't going to ruin the atmosphere of the story, are you? Don't worry about that. I'm really good at reading between the lines of that sort of stuff.
Anyway, better than everyone getting a laser sword by default. What do you think? I should use a Beto-ish atmosphere, and I made it into the even more interesting story. Alright, make sure you come back as soon as your break's over, okay? It'd be a shame to miss this. I've heard plenty of bonuses to get you closer to Beto's secret. Is what it looked like, but I'll actually go in with misdirection to make things more and more confusing. Wait, hey, Ballard! Why aren't you listening to when the witch is talking?
Without answering, Ballard disappeared into the darkness. After shrugging and cackling, the witches immediately started playing with the game board they had stolen from Beto. Can those witches really understand Beto's game? Since they're using the same that this child cannot do. However, they can do things that she wouldn't do. What do you mean by things she wouldn't do? The materials of chess exist to play chess with. You cannot use them to play cards. However, as for throwing the chess piece at your opponent or scribbling on the board, doing such things is not impossible. However, that would be blasphemy against the game of chess. So people don't do that. That definitely wouldn't be chess anymore. Looks like Beto's eyes cloud very slightly with sadness. Damn them. This game is between me and Beto. I won't let anyone else profane that. At that time, gold profiles gathered and Ronobe appeared holding a tea set with black tea. Would you like some more tea? If you wouldn't mind. Certainly. So, how's this journey of yours and such my lady's thoughts been? I'm as clueless as ever, but I'm enjoying it. On a different topic, are you certain about this? Relaxing here, I mean. Are you talking about the game those witches are playing all by themselves? Yes. Just now I went to serve them some tea. The merger of the first trial had already taken place. It seems as though the next murder would occur shortly. When Bean and I were playing, the game even paused whenever someone left their seats. However, those witches wouldn't pause that game just because it wasn't around. Hey Ronobe, did you see their game? Just part of it. How was it? Ronan lifted the pot high with an elgin gesture and poured the black tea. After he was done, he finally spoke. Expressing thoughts in very few words. It did not have love. My apologies. That's how it would be put if a woman were to say it. As a man, perhaps one could say it was dishonorable. I understood what those words meant. When I met Virgilia's eyes, she shook her head slightly and stared at the floor. At a glance, I believe it resembles my lady's games greatly. However, the foundation is very different. Does it go against Beato's game? The rules of Beato's game? No, it does not. Lambda Delta-sama understands the rules of my lady's game very well indeed. However, Bowser stood up. There's no need to make Ronove say anymore. Battler-kun. Hey, sorry, Ronove. I know you went all the trouble boring this for me, but tea isn't what I need. You will go after all. Yeah. You don't need any outsiders in our game. Those guys weren't even here in the beginning. Because I've been loafing around, Crazy and Crazy Witch has been introduced. Now they hijacked this game between me and Beato. I've got to take it back. Those of you want to take care of Beato's game board right now. That means I shouldn't just sit around here. Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to let this child hear those words at least. I'm sure she hears them well. My lady is simply unable to answer. Beato lay there silently, like a living doll with doe eyes. The game board that she had created herself from the hijacked by incomprehensible people was being turned into a mess. Beato had called on me to be your opponent. And this game must be something she created for me. I've got to take it back. You just wait here. I'm going to take it back. Of course, Beato didn't spawn right away. That's right. She can't respawn. I have to protect it in her place. I'll be right back, everyone. Virginia, Ronove, keep the guard nice and tidy while I'm gone. Can't you look after this goading sleeping princess? Yes, leave it to us. See you later, Battler-kun. And please, try to discover some part of this child in their game without her. If you can, then it will mean that you have fought with her, even in her absence. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. This is no goddamn good at all. What am I doing? Let's go. Let's take it back. Sorry to keep you waiting, witches! My break is over! We face the jet black heavens and yelled this. The whole world shatters, though it was made of thin glass. Then, as though it had been that way since the very beginning, it transformed to that smoking room where Battler had fought Beato so many times, and was the two witches now hijacked. What do you think you're doing? You're only coming back now? It's way too late. Now this game reached the second day, it's already at the finale. You never showed up, so I just advanced things on my own. Yeah, like you never waited for me in the first place.
Burn was way sharper and more thrilling than you were, right?
Shut up. I'm the player here. You're substitute witch is gonna take a step back now. Well, I don't really mind if you join in starting now. But there's probably no need for you anymore.
Seriously? After all, we're already at the climax. At this point, probably corner me and win. What the hell?
How bad are you at this, Lambda? Why not, though? Let's let him watch the final moves.
Yeah! Come on over, Ishura and your batter! It's almost gonna be over, but here's the kawaii and elegant game I made! Episode 5! End of the Golden Witch!
Shan and Ken are alive, and Kinzo is dead at the start. Kraus, Natsuhi, Nanjo, and Genji know about Kinzo being dead. Corpse discovered on the guest room on the first floor of the mansion. He had been pierced through the back with a demon stake. It tips straight as far as his lungs. He was laying face down in his bed. Suicide must be ruled out. Corpse discovered in the cousin's room on the upper floor of the guest house. The cause of death is unknown, but her neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm her death with absolute certainty. Okay, so this time around, death by sharp blade, apparently. Because she's no more than a piece, and the higher plane version of her has withdrawn from being the game master, she's not in a position to know the truth beyond the 5th game. That means that she's in a different position than the one she held in previous games. The second day, October 5th, 1986. Right now, no humans on the island exist except for those in the parlor. And with their own exception, it has shown that none of them have committed murder. And the culprit is among these people.
Oi, oi.
Whoa, whoa. In that case, it's conclusive, isn't it? Unless the culprit is a witch who committed murder with magic, that is. It was you! You, George, killed my husband! Why? Why? I didn't kill anyone. I didn't do. In a panic, with a voice that really can be called flowing, in a manner that was, to put it coldly and unsightly, Anachi denied the suspicion placed upon her. However, there was no longer any way around it. The girl stood up, brushed back her long hair, pointed at Anachi and said it one more time. Wait, what?
You're the culprit, Ishiromiya Natsuhi-san.
Yeah, I know, it's a closed room. Why is there a man reading a book? Yeah, Rose, yep, okay. Okay, so Bernie's entered. Kinzo's been dead. It doesn't matter. Oh, I see. Ah, we got a new witch. Got it. Yeah, Maria knows who it is. Ooh, okay. Guns, yep. The stakes. Back in the garden. Also, you're going to have to convince me a lot harder that Natsui's responsible for every death. Okay, so this is my own character. She's very cool, and she's very good at solving mysteries. It's Natsui. Please, open up! Natsui yelled as she knocked loudly and repeatedly. Shortly after, there was heavy clunk sound. The sound of the door to Kinjo's Sunny unlocking could be heard. Natsui was always ashamed how she ominiously grimaced at that, even though she had thought rude to the family head. Crowds were waiting for her inside the study. Natsui flew into his arms. His father, is he? Calm yourself. Nanjo is examining him now. With an uncertain gut, Natsui went towards the center of the study, supported by Kraus. There, identified bedframe with the head of the Ushima family could be seen, along with Nanjo, Kenji, and Kumasawa. Dr. Nanjo. His father. After deeply sighing, Nanjo left the side of the bed. On the bed, Kenji was seen lying down sleeping. He died peacefully. And then Kinzo-san had any regrets. Father! Sobbing, Natsui put her head against the chest of the man who had fallen into sleep with her, from which she would never awaken. Madame, please stay strong. Father! This is just too sudden. Natsui couldn't stop her tears over the death of Kinzo, whom she had loved like a second father. Kumasawa rubbed Natsui's back, consoling her. Kraus slumped into his late father's favorite chair. By sitting there, he might have been immersing himself in memories of his departed father. Perhaps he thought by sitting there, he might be able to understand just a little bit of the madness in Kinzo's later years, which had alluded him to the end of his father's life. Nanjo turned his back and looked down over the outside world through a crack in the curtains. It was the same thing he'd often done when Kinzo sat in that chair contemplating a chess move. If he was dying anyway, it would have been better if he was sick in bed for a year or so before dying. I do wish he could have died after a grace period during which the proper arrangement could have been made. It's the other way around. We should be glad he was in high spirits until the very end. That will have to be my public stance, yes. Nanjo understood that as well. This was the death of Ushima Kinzo, a man who had risen like comet and glittered like a supernova in the post-war world of business. His funeral would probably be on a fantastic scale. It would be also the ceremony making Krause's inheritance to the headship. He would have to arrange everything as the host event, carrying out funeral diplomacy perfectly. But make it clear that the Ushima family would still hold enormous influence in political and financial spheres. As Nanjo walked Krause, he was vividly reminded of the time when Kinzo had been suddenly elected as the Ushima family head. A time which Kinzo had been lost and confused. Nanjo could remember that well, and for that reason was understanding Krause's distress and sympathized with it. Natsui's sobs eventually subsided. Saying this, and leaving Kumasawa to care for Natsui as a fellow woman, Genji returned to Krause, and he lowered his head slightly as though asking what should be done. Genji-san and I will deal with the formalities. Krause-san, perhaps you should contact the relatives first. Krause, with his hands over his eyes, didn't respond. Perhaps even though he had known that this day would come, Krause really couldn't hide his shock at how suddenly it reached them. Leave this to Dr. Nanjo and me. Krause-sama, I suggest that you first speak with Madame. Maybe she heard that, maybe it was a coincidence. As though responding to Genji's words, Natsui came over. Her eyes were red from crying so much, but she apparently understood that every charge had been imposed on the two of them even better than Krause did. As of now, you're the head of the glorious Ushiromiya family. I show relatives in the world that you have splendidly succeeded your father. As your wife, I'm prepared to serve you until the day our coffins are laid down alongside each other. Trying to encourage her husband, who was overcome with shock, Natsui lent him some reassuring words. Krause tried to lower the hands that had been covering his face, looking at the ceiling with a blank expression and a deep, deep sigh. Please, stay strong. There are a great many people who intend on helping themselves to everything father's left behind. We must fight to protect father's honor and wealth. This is the first responsibility of the Ushimiya head. I understand. I do understand. Dr. Nanjo, Genji, please take care of the legal and funeral arrangements. Especially you, Genji. I said you take particular care and see to it that funeral will be fitting one for father. Certainly. And Dr. Nanjo, father didn't pass away in a hospital, so... Yes, an autopsy might indeed be required depending on the circumstances. Is there anything you might be able to do about it? You know, he passed away, father's body is precious. Any damage to it would not be acceptable. I understand how you feel. However, it's important to follow proper procedure when things like this are concerned. And, I don't really know how to say this. Because several relatives might be difficult. There's no way to know what those inherited soldiers might find fault with. They might squawk there was something suspicious of the cause of death and use that as a point of contention to start some trouble. Right now, not only was it important to pay Kinzo's remains the respect they were due, but there was also a need to focus on solidifying the position of the new family head, Krause. I understand. In that case, please keep it at an absolute minimum. And whatever you do, please make sure absolutely sure that father's dignity remains unharmed. That I can assure you.
安心しなさい。
Please don't worry.
とにかく金蔵さんのことはわしらに任せて。夏日さんは
Now you went leave Kenzo-san to us and stay by Kraus-san's side.
これからが大変なんだから。
Things are really only going to get tougher for him.
分かっています。
I understand.
あなたもどうかし
And you too, dear. Please stay strong. Kraus is still staring lazily at the ceiling with a befuddled expression on his face. Not she understood the shock and heavy responsibility. She felt that she understood her husband's feelings as well as anyone possibly could.
親族への連絡は
I will contact the relatives.
今だけは休まないで
Please rest for the time being. Kraus didn't respond. As she thought they'd been weak. That just made it all the more important for her to support him right now. Seeing her husband like this actually stirred Natsuki up, and a resolute expression rose to her face.
これから忙しくなります。
Things are going to get busy.
今できるこ
And
とを
let us start with
始めましょ
whatever
う
we can do right now.
夫はきっとお父様と二人きりで
I'm sure my
話したい
husband wants to
ことが
leave
あると
some
思います。
time alone with father.
私たちは一度ここを退出
We
し
should
ましょ
step out for the time being.
そうでございますね。
Yes, I think that would be best.
その時間はきっと今しか取れないでしょうか。
After all, I said this will be the only time I'll have.
Being in charge of a funeral is tiring. There's no time to shed tears. If Kraus were ever be given time to cry for his dead father, that time would have to be now. Everyone agreed with Kumasawa's words. Even then, Kraus continued to lazily gaze at the ceiling and didn't respond in any way. Natsuki urged the servants to go away.
私はジェシカにも話してきます。
I'll talk to Jessica too.
今やあの子が
She's the successor to the head now.
それにふさわしい自覚
I'll have to impress upon her that she's being appropriately aware of it.
待て。
Wait. As they each started to make their way out of their study, Kraus finally spoke up. They stopped walking.
はい
Yes?
待て。
Wait.
はい
Yes? Hadn't she already stopped walking just like her husband asked? But despite that, he had once again told her to wait. Those slightly weak words, not she understood he probably stopped her because he wanted her to be by his side.
たちは下へ
The rest of you, downstairs.
私は夫と
I
い
will
ます
stay with my husband.
何かあったら
Please
こ
call
こに
on
電
us
話する
on the phone if anything happens.
かしこまりました。
Certainly.
だから待てと言って
I
いる。
said wait! When Kraus suddenly raised his voice, everyone jumped to turn around. Unable to comprehend what she had done to spark her husband's wrath, now she ran up to him.
どうしましたあなた
What's wrong, dear?
私は何か失礼なこと
Have
を
I
口
said
にしてし
something
まいま
rude?
したかだったらお許しを
So please forgive me.
いや、違う。そうじゃない。
No, that's not it. That's not it.
少し待て。
Wait a second. Give me some time.
分かっています
Yes, I understand.
心を整理するためにも必要です
It's important to have time to sort things out inside your heart.
私たちは
We
そ
were
の
just
時
gonna
間
leave
を
quietly, give you the time you needed.
ここから静かに出ていくだけですよ
だからそれを待てというの
And
だ。
I'm telling you to wait before doing that.
いいか。
Listen,
誰もその場から
just
動
no
く
one move.
一歩たりともだ。
Not even an inch.
疲れたなら。
If you're tired, then feel free to sit in whatever chair or sofa you want.
座ればいい。だから何も喋らずに静か
So
に
just stay quiet and shut up in silence. Don't do anything. Just stay right there. Those unreasonable words felt like glimpses of how Kinjo used to be. Now she could hide a slight surprise words, makes it seem as though Kinjo had possessed her husband. Natsuki told the servants to wait for the time being. Two of them sit in the sofa, short distance off, approached her husband and spoke to him in a small voice.
あなたがお命じになれば
If you order it, I will wait for however long you ask. I won't move.
ですからどうかお気を静められてください
So please, try to calm yourself.
違う。そうではない。
No, that's not it. That's not.
そうではないのだ。
Was it really his father's blood, or was he actually being possessed? Krause's disorderly style of speech strongly resembled Kinzo's. As she watched this, now she felt with even greater certainty that Krause was indeed Kinzo's son, and that he was the true successor of the head more stupid than any other person.
夏日。
Natsui, over here. Krause stood up and headed towards the window, trying to lengthen the distance between himself and the servants waiting on the sofa by even a small amount. Not sure realized he must have something serious you want to talk about.
はいあなた
Yes, dear?
何事ですか
What is it?
親父に死なれては
Dad dying
まずいのだ。
would be bad.
しかしもうお亡くなりにな
Would
りま
be?
した
But he has already passed away.
そういうわけには
We
参りま
can't
せん
change reality.
そうじゃない。
That's not it.
今は
Now is a bad time.
どういうことですか
What do you mean?
親父の財産を担保にしている。
I've been putting Dad's fortune up as collateral.
相続問題になれば隠しようせない。
Once the issue of dividing the inheritance comes up, I won't be able to hide it. What? Collateral, you say?
いかほど
How much?
メロディーランドの時に近藤君を応援したことがあった。
You remember how I helped out Kondo-kun with Melodyland?
あの方とは縁を切れと申し上げたじゃありませんか
Didn't I tell you to break ties with that person?
私には
I told you you'd refuse him.
どうして
Why?
男の義理というものがある。
There's such a thing as a man's honor.
断れなかった。
I couldn't refuse. Krause claimed owed honor as a virtue. However, not you that he most often uses an excuse after he couldn't bring himself to pass up a deal.
お金に余裕があるならいい
That wouldn't be a problem. We had plenty of money on hand. But didn't you borrow quite a lot of money from the plan to turn the side into resorts?
ああ、したさ。
Yeah, I did.
方々で恩人
And there
に
were people here and there who lent me a hand along the way.
それらを返済
If I'm going to repay them, I can't just sit around in my hands.
返済するためには
You need money to repay people.
金を生む
You need money to make money.
金がなければ
You can't even get started without money.
この島の計画だった
Even the plan for the sign would be proceeding smoothly if only there hadn't been a problem with the planning company.
順調だったのだ。都の役人とも連携は
I had the cooperation of government officials. And now the governor's personal guarantee that this would be the newest travel destination in the Tokyo metropolis.
私の根回しは完
The
璧だ
groundwork I laid was completely perfect.
たま巡り合わせ
Random chances of bad time were against me.
ちょっとした運
It
の
was just a bit of bad luck,
事故みたいなもの
like a traffic accident.
あれは事故なんかではありません
That was no accident. It was fraud. You were tricked.
初めから彼
They
は
were never drawing up plans for any silent resort in the first
描いてい
place.
なかったのです
そんなことはないぞ
That's not true.
土方君のビジョンは先見
If the goddess vision was simply overflowing in foresight.
世界と未来に目を
When his eyes focused on the whole world and the future taught me the things I've always believed to be in dreams or only the tip of the iceberg what is
こ
possible.
の額ほどの広さしか夢が広がる世界に
Expand your dreams to the whole world to the future.
夏日も一緒に
You heard him say that too, didn't you?
ええ聞いていましたそしてお帰りになられ
Yes,
たこと
I
に
did.
申し上げ
And they were telling you what I thought after we returned home.
あの方はうさ
I
んく
said that it was suspicious.
語るのは未来
Then he spoke of dreams and had his feet planted on the ground.
これ以上お付き合い
He
しては
must
な
not
ら
have
ない
any further relations with him.
土方君は立派な好青年だ
Ichikata-kun is a wonderful, pleasant young
彼の生き
man.
様からは学ぶ
I'm
こと
gonna
も
learn a
多い
lot from the way he lives.
彼は若いが尊敬できる
I can respect him to tell you his youth.
彼のことを侮辱することは許さんぞ
I won't have you shout again.
あなたは同じことを月旅行の時にもおっしゃいました
That's what you said about the whole moon?
先見性がある未来がある夢があると連呼されそ
You
の
kept saying it was visionary, and that looked to the future, that had aspirations, and what was the end result?
高等無形な話だったと
That you
あな
yearned,
た自らがお認めになった
eventually,
ではありません
even
か
yourself admitted that was utter nonsense.
私は
I was sure something was wrong from the moment that strange man showed up claiming to be a high-ranking NASA official.
これは絶
俺はあの外国人が国際的な詐欺師だった
The only problem with the foreigner was an international swindler.
件については
Mr. Sonozaki and I were both victims of that incident.
彼の先見性は
Even now his vision wasn't mistaken.
将来必ず
The time his face has become a popular indulgence for this world's richest.
時代が訪れるそしてその最初の事業
And the very enterprise in that area will probably be monopolized by a single private company.
着眼点は
That
間違
viewpoint
って
is
いな
not
い
mistaken.
それを利用して世界中の
They're simply a group of international swindlers who are trying to take advantage of that fact and deceive investors across the world.
という男もその一味だったと申し上げてい
And
る
I'm
のです
trying to tell you that this Sonozaki man was one of them.
あなたはどこまでお人よしなのですかどうしていつもうさんくさい話を疑いもせずに乗ってしまう
訂正しろ
Take that back.
曽根崎氏は優
Mr.
秀な
Sonozaki is a man with a bright future ahead of him.
うさんくさくな
There's
い
nothing suspicious about him.
彼の語る夢は未来を先取りしてい
If
る
the dreams speak something into the future, at least some crazy people can't look that far
見
ahead.
えんだけだ女のお前には未来など見えん
A woman like you can't see the future.
ええ女の私には
Yes, a woman like me can't see into the future.
でも現在なら見えま
But I
す
can see the present.
私の目の
Right in front of me, I can see a pitiful husband who's been taken in by Sly, double-crossing swindlers and still trust them implicitly even after he's been
この
tricked.
姿なら見ることができます
ねえ黙れ
Oh, shut up.
お前には金も事業も経済も何も
You don't understand anything about money or business or economics.
夫の仕事に口は出すな
Don't try to butt in on my job.
妻は家事だけを
All
し
I
て
have
い
to do
る
is housework.
お前は黙っていろ
Just keep quiet. Without another word, Natsuki felt silent as the Kraus wanted. She was already far beyond anger and sadness. And the emotion that lay on the other side of those was almost an indifferent pity. Kraus had always been frightened of Kinzo since the days of youth and had come to subconsciously admire the way his father lived. Without realizing, he had become to believe that he could only recognize as a man in his own right if he surpassed his father. However, Kinzo had been a mad genius, the likes of which had never been seen in the Ushima family's long history. Except apparently Eva would manage to do it immediately once she took over. That's fucking hilarious, too. His talent was a gift from heaven. And definitely was genetic, much less something that could be learned. Not seeing strike the certain on telling one about Kinzo's death. And this everyone for the time being to give the truth and the chance to talk alone. Then she invited Kraus to her bedroom. Then she invited Kraus to her bedroom and made him tell everything about the current financial situation. There were things that Natsuki hadn't been told about under the assumption that a woman had no business knowing. Not just so, he made a point of avoiding this area in the past, thinking that it was in a wife's place to intrude such matters. However, this might have been also meant that she had been remiss at her duty as a wife to protect her family. The depth of the sin had been made quite clear to Natsuki. Kraus was probably tired of trying to defend himself. Perhaps because he had gotten a headache, he hid his face and sank into silence. Natsuki noticed the water in the electric kettle was boiling, so had to refill her cup with black tea. And when she does a cup of black tea, she noticed for the first time. The sound of the cup and saws her coming together told her that her fingers were shaking. Kraus built up a large set to obtain funds for related projects and to cover the losses for when they failed. Of course, he put the mansion property up as collateral. However, doing such a thing above board would have resulted in the mortgage being registered. In other words, there would have been a record that Kraus put Kinzo's wealth up to collateral to obtain a loan without anyone's permission. Kraus couldn't afford Kinzo, Evan, and the others to learn of such a thing. Therefore, he'd be putting those assets up as collateral using the worst possible method.
権利書と委任状を預けた
I sign over the deeds and power of attorney.
それはどう
And
いう意味ですか
what does that mean?
What Kraus was saying probably meant that he had, in essence, signed away the rights to their assets. If those assets been used to collab for a loan, then Kraus would have some options on the law. He would have had to deal with the bank, which would have absolutely no compassion, but they would have been able to work something out within the rules set by society. Signing away the deed and power of attorney is a whole different story. In short, even the mansion they were living in was at risk. If the person owning the deed were to decide to ignore his agreement with Kraus and sell the mansion to third party right this moment, there'd be no recourse. They would have no recourse whatsoever. Apart from using their house to kill out for a loan, this was the same as someone get to borrow money.
つまり後宮家の生殺与奪は金貸したちの手に委ねられていたわけです。
In other words, my lenders have the power to make or break through show a family say please.
ほんのわずかの気まぐれを
If they were suddenly sell our house on some slight
この家を
whim,
売り払ったら私たちは今
I'd pack our bags and leave right now, wouldn't we?
出て行かなくてはならないということですね。
理屈上はそうだ。
That is technically true. However, all the people I've arranged with are very reputable.
社会的信用のある人物ばかりだ。サラ金じゃないぞ。
They aren't loan sharks.
経済人同
These
士
are
の
transactions based on trust between economically literate men.
私も相手を信用している。
I trust them.
相手だって
And they don't trust me by lending me money. I'll achieve good success in business to give them massive returns on investment.
投資した額が大きくなって帰ってくることを信用している。委任状を預けたのは
I signed over the power of attorneys to sign in good faith, so they wouldn't have any doubt in their certain success in my enterprises.
ここで渋ったらどうなる？
What happens if I hesitate now?
自分の事業に
Does that mean that I have no confidence in my own
自
ventures?
信が持てないことになるだろう。
Venture has been successful. We wouldn't be in debt now, would we? Perhaps only barely stop herself from saying that.
お父様は亡くなり
Father
ま
is
し
dead.
た。すると
What happens next?
どうなりますか。あなたの借金が
Your debt will be exposed in the light of the day, and your siblings will hold you
他の
responsible.
兄弟たち
That won't be all.
刑
It will
事
probably
訴
lead to
訟
criminal charges.
刑事訴訟
Criminal charges.
どうしてですか。
Why is that?
君は知らない方がいい。
It's better if you don't know.
とにかく
The point is, can't allow anyone to find out about this.
ならんと。
Crouch looking at the floor shamefully, shaking his head over and over. If it would come to criminal charges, they must have broken some laws. They'd probably been so intent on raising a large sum of money that they hadn't paid any heed to appearances. Crouch still believed that his many projects would actually succeed and return huge profits. So I figured that even if he broke a few laws, he would be able to pay everything back before too long, pretending that the whole thing had never happened. So I lessened the resistance towards breaking a couple of laws. Now Kinzo's death, the worst possible thing had occurred, and soon he wouldn't be able to keep it all hidden.
私たちはどうなるのですか。
What will happen to us now?
心配することはない。
There is no need to worry.
君は信じ
And I believe that Kinzo is almost certainly on the rise
実は
now.
今確実に上向いているんだ。私が都心で
Now the city real estate investment is rising rapidly.
今それらを統合して
I have a project in progress to consolidate those and construct a massive business tower.
これは私のこれま
This
で
is my most reliable of all investments so far and it's proving to be the most successful.
最も大きな成功をしているものだ。ただ、それは実をつけるのにまだ
However, it will take a little more time for it to bear fruit.
絶対に確実だが、
It's absolutely certain to do so, but it will not happen immediately.
その事業の成功は
Will the success of that venture be enough to pay back our
借
debts?
りるものですか。
もちろんだと思う。
Of course it will.
これまでの借金
I'll
を
be
全
writing
て
it all
帳消し
off,
に
write
で
off all the
きる。
debt I've accumulated so far.
だから信じて
So believe me,
もう少しだけ時間
I'll
が
need a
欲
little
し
bit
い。
more time.
しかしお父様はもうお亡くなりになって
But
しまい
father
ま
has
した。
already passed away.
もうその時間はないのですよ。
We don't have that kind of time anymore.
分かっている。分かっているとも。
I know that.
だから
That's why I have to obtain money from somewhere and pay off these debts right now. I need money, that's what it comes down to. Money, a lot of it, right now. Kraus whirred and clutched his head, writhing about as if in pain. As Natsuki watched, several conflicting emotions swirled up around her in her chest. She paid for her husband and at the same time showed he was a fool. And she also had a mixture of anger and regret towards her own responsibility that her husband run wild for so long. It should have been clear to him well before today that they were in a very critical situation. And he irresponsibly waited for this moment to come and was now writhing about. Her husband was so foolish and pitiful. It was easy to feel frustrated with him. However, she was his wife. For a wife to reclaim her husband as a fool would run in conflict with her responsibilities. However, she didn't have a clue what she was meant to do about this. There was a massive amount of money like this within easy reach. There's no way that Kraus wouldn't have already laid his hands on it. It would also be easy to tell him to be a man and give up on everything. That would also run in conflict with responsibilities. She was Ushiro Natsuki, the one who had become Kraus' wife and sworn to support him and knew how to the Ushiro family for as long as she lived. She had to somehow help her husband in her efforts to raise money. She understood it logically, but she couldn't suppress the indescribable feeling of dejection that seemed to rise up from the dark depths of her heart. That's right. That's it in gold. 10 gold is worth 20 billion yen. If I had that. That's right. If I had that, everything could be resolved. Natsuki, that's it. What's his epitaph? Let's solve that. Let's solve it together. If we can just find the gold, everything will work itself out. The train must be hidden somewhere on this island. If we had that! We had that! You're hurting me, dear. Please, stop this. Kraus, acting as excited as if he thought of a perfect brilliant plan, and grasped Natsuki's upper arm tightly. Natsuki couldn't help but be dumbfounded. It wasn't just because he heard something as fake sounding as the hidden gold brought up. Kraus just disparaged the story of the hidden gold, saying it didn't exist and that it was all fiction. Father created borrow a lot of money. Natsuki was doubtfully taken aback by this. Because of this. I know. Let's let Jessica help us out too. Maybe something's gonna solve the sense of a child. This is a family crisis. All of us have to stick together. Yes, it's just a fanciful little puzzle that Dad created. We should be able to solve it. There's no way it can't be solved. It's the only way. Oh, Natsuki, this is wonderful. We still have an option left, right here next to us. The goat is on the island. We had it, everything would be resolved. Natsuki, go, just go right away. Let's overcome this family crisis as a family. Yes, right now. The goat is on this island right beside us after all. Nazi knocked Kraus aside, unable to withstand the pain in the arm he was twisting in his excitement. Kraus tripped over the edge of the bed and flopped pathetically onto the floor. Please, get a hold of yourself! And please, calm down! Do you think that the Sushiromiya family crisis can be solved by something as dreamlike as that? Natsui. Please, cool your head and think about the Emperor's plan to gather money. I'm going to cool my head off as well. Wait, Natsui! Maybe falling over had knocked the sense back into him. Kraus tried to tell Natsui to stop, but she just kept walking. Closing the door forcefully, Natsui dashed away. Natsui ran through the corridor. She didn't want anyone to see her like this, so she ran headlong into Genji. My deepest apologies. Madame, have you been injured? I'm alright. Leave me alone! Certainly. Oh, Genji. What's to say to Father's study? It is just as you left it. Dog Nanjo is in the parlor. I see. You have a key to the study. Yes, right here. Give it to me. Let me have some time alone with Father's corpse. Hasn't asked where I am, tell him you don't know. Certainly. Are we having the key to the study that Genji was holding out to her? Natsui made her way up the stairs. She then flew into the study, and finally she cried out loud. Father, please forgive our foolishness. My husband and I are incapable of inheriting all that you created. Please forgive us for our foolishness and our crimes. And if you can forgive us, please guide the way for us fools. And then Genjo, as he slept in the bed, Natsui cried even harder. She kept imagining Genjo sitting up, suddenly patting her head. No, Father's the type of person to pamper. More like he ought me to stop being so noisy. However, neither of these imaginations come true. because it was an undeniable fact that Kinzo had entered eternal sleep. But even so, Natsuki begged the sleeping Kinzo to forgive and for help them. It had only a few hours since his passing. Perhaps so was still here, listening to her. Believing this, Natsuki begged for Kinzo's forgiveness and help even more earnestly. Noisy you women! Don't always say that I value silence. Huh? That voice made Natsuki jump up in surprise. She saw Kinzo sitting at the side desk, folding up his reading glass. Did I get in a fight with Kraus? Did you get in a fight with Kraus again? Regarding his wife, that Kraus only inherited my bad traits. Father? What a wretched-looking face. Wash it. Aren't you the wife of the successor to the Ushiromiya family? You mustn't let the servants see you wear such a shameful expression. Yes, Father. My apologies. Natsuki understood. This was an illusion, one that Natsuki craved her desire to speak with Kinzo and remembers the man he once was. No, that's not it. She just believed that just for now, Kinzo's hoe had showed herself to it. Sure that down that would cause her to vanish in an instant. It seems that the family crisis has arisen the very instant the headship was passed on. Yes, Father. I was him to support my husband. I am truly very sorry. The Ushiromiya family is so very cursed. This was the oversight when I succeeded the headship too. The hardships you two are suffering are trivial in comparison. His succession of the family headship came suddenly. At the time, he was nothing more than a young man from one of the branch families, far separated from the main Ushiromiya family. The main family might have an honor and tradition, but that was of no relevance at all to Kinzo, and he couldn't have cared less. Then the principal members of the family were wiped out in the Great Kanto earthquake, along with their business. On top of that, there was a common antagonism between the members of the family at the time. The others were all trying to impose their will on the others in the sinking ship. Because of this, they weren't even able to elect a leader to rebuild the Ushiromiya family. They found common ground by slaying Kinzo, a youth with absolutely no ties to any of the opposing elders, to be head. So the elders hadn't really entrusted Kinzo with the rebuilding of the Ushiromiya family. Kinzo had been nothing more than their puppet, with his arms and legs being pulled in opposite directions. Yes. I know a lot about your days of suffering, Father. And then the war started. I was very tired of life at that point. I hoped to die on the battlefield, but I wasn't sent to the front lines. However, the state of the war grew worse and worse with every day, and the time of the state battle in the Japanese mainland seemed to grow ever closer.
Some might sound, I hope the day will come quickly.
It was said that as Kinzo would listen to Death's approaching footsteps day in and day out, started cutting his ties with this world one by one. And then on that day, he had freed himself from his tempt life and reached a state of enlightenment. He had a mythical experience. And he met her, the old witch Beatrice.
He made a contract with the witch and was given gold and the power of madness. On that day, the old me died and the new me possessing the insane power of magic was born.
I know. And after the war, used her ingenious cunning to revive the Ushiromiya family. Now deceased elders who knew Kinzo at that time had whispered to each other that Kinzo must have taken a knock to the head on the battlefield and returned with a different personality. That was how much Kinzo stood out after the war. Whether the story about Kinzo meeting a witch was true or not, there could be no doubt that this extraordinary experience of war prepared him for death, let him reach a state of enlightenment. That's right. He returned from the war, conquered the witch Beatrice, and became the head of the Ushiromiya family in the truest sense.
Correct. Before I met Beatrice, it was nothing more than a puppet, only the head and name. I only became the head after conquering the Golden Witch.
Father, will this Golden Witch and my husband crouch down that he's the new head? Oh, she will. And that he truly succeeded the headship. What do you mean by truly succeeded?
It depends on whether he bears around to proud the Ushiromiya family head in the true sense. Natsui, you should understand this. The headship is not inherited by blood. It's inherited through spirit and conviction. And though Kraus, my son, he may not be called the true head if not to possess these things. The Golden Witch Beatrice will lend a power to that true head. Isn't that right, Beatrice?
When Kinzo called the witch's name, go above her eyes seethed out of every corner of the room. This thing had seen an otherworldly beauty to it. It was like standing in the midst of a blizzard of golden flower petals being blown about a rose garden of gold. As Natsuki stared at the scene in shock, the go above her eyes gathered and formed a human shape. Then, the witch of the portrait appeared. Indeed. I am the Ushiromiya family alchemist, the Golden Witch Beatrice. I am free to run rampant. I do not listen to anyone's orders.
And there's only one person in the world who can control her. Me! That is why I am qualified to be the Ushiromiya family head.
So that pride viewers what caused you to be the head?
Pride implies self-confidence and bravery. And it is the embodiment of the insatiable desire to gain the power to match. That is why I control you.
It is quite pleasant to watch men who speak of pride as they turn into that desire into reality. A kind man of action is nothing more than an excuse used by the extremely lucky. A true monarch also speaks of what he doesn't have. And he makes sure to turn that arrogance, that pride, into reality. If one is to control me, they must possess that monarch's pride. Do you understand, Natsuhi? A true monarch knows no fear. They declare that they will overcome anything without fail. If they haven't figured out how yet. This gives hope to the weak people. They gather, revere the monarch, and swear to assist him. That is where the power is gained and is where it is carried out. Engrave that into your heart. Yes, father. Natsuhi understood. Through this mystical experience, Kenzo would teach her the aptitude required to overcome that hardship, even after his own death. Feeling a warm sensation rise up in her chest, she let the valuable words Kenzo had given her echo throughout her mind over and over again. The true monarch, in other words, the true head of the Ushima family, was not to fear hardship. They had to believe that they could overcome any hardship. If they would not believe themselves capable, then there was no reason why they would be. Actually, suddenly felt very ashamed of the way she had come into this room, sobbing and asking Kenzo what to do. I was foolish. Of course, there's no time for crying when the Ushima family's upon a crisis like this. Now that we have inherited the Ushima family from you, father, you must protect it, its honor, no matter what. Oh, even though we can't draw a blueprint on to repay Krause's debts. Even though Krause has completely failed, even though there's no chance of you succeeding whatsoever, you still risk it all. As Beatrice laughed unpleasantly. No, that wasn't it. She was testing Natsuhi to see whether she possessed the mental readiness to be a true monarch. Natsuhi didn't hesitate anymore. She answered clearly, gazing into Beatrice's eyes. Yes. At this moment, I've not yet discovered the method that we should pursue. However, my husband is the new head of the Ushima family, and I am his supporting wife. So my husband's place, I will proclaim it. Let us hear it. Ushimiya Krause and Natsuhi will definitely overcome these trials and protect the honor of the Ushimiya family. You have nothing to worry about, father. You know, the stubble Krause is dead. That's one of the disastrous state things are in. We could even be ordered to leave this mansion tomorrow and we wouldn't be able to refuse. Once the demonstration of the Harrington Court comes up, his rogues may even file a criminal complaint against us. However, there's no need to worry. We will pay all of our debts before then and restore honor. I stood at attention with a resolute attitude. Not to reclaim this clearly with Ushiromi, Kinzo, and Beatrice as witnesses. For a while, they remained silent as though weighing Natsu's resolve. Then Kinzo chuckled and turned away.
How vexing! Why couldn't this person have been my son?
The very fact that a woman of such a position married your son is another sign of your great luck.
Beatrice. This is my final order.
Now that you're no longer head, I'm not obligated to obey your orders.
Oh! That case to me the orders of the new Ushiromi family head.
You are no longer head, and Kraus is not yet the head either. Whom are you suggesting that I serve?
I will leave that to you. It's up to you to decide whose cause to succeed the Ushiromi family head. Just letting you bear the mark of the one-winged ego. You will be witness.
I refuse. I will listen to the orders of a man who isn't the head.
No, this is different. This is a will. That's order that the head left behind for you.
Then it seems I will have to obey. Oh, what a good friend I am I not?
I think not.
Oh.
You're only doing this because it caught your interest.
I can't hide anything from you, can I? Not too early out here imagining Kinzo and Beatrice having a good relationship. Yeah, it's kind of really sad that she's thinking their relationship wouldn't be fucking the worst. Yes, father?
Go! And overcome your hardship.
Yes, father! To not see that might have been nothing more than a simple response, but to Kinzo and Beatrice seemed to carry much greater significance. Beatrice nodded deeply, and with emotion as elegant as her dress, she bowed deeply for Natsui. The Ushiromi family alchemist, the golden witch Beatrice, right here. I will give you my aid so the Ushiromi family can overcome crisis once again. Thank you. I will need your power. We most certainly overcome these trials. I will not hold back in my support of your cause. There's something I have to warn you about beforehand. I understand other troubles now could be solved if I would restore vast quantity of gold again, like I did when I saved Kinzo from his crisis. However, it's just something I can do. I see.
Sorry, Natsuki. The contract reaches goatee that cannot be inherited. It was agreed that it only be passed on to the person solves the witch's epitaph.
黄金は碑文にて封じられている。
The code is sealed away by the epitaph. Song that is not solved, I cannot give you the magic of
そ
gold.
なたに黄金の魔法は与えられん。わかりました。
I understand.
ならば他の方法で。
We can save ourselves from this crisis.
主人は時間
My husband said that his plan would take time. He said that would definitely be sufficient to repay our debts.
そのための時間
We can buy enough time for that happening. We will be able to overcome this crisis.
Done, Nazi. Continue.
しかし金蔵はもう死んでいるぞ。
Kinzo's already
医者
dead.
と使用人は葬儀の
The
時
doctor and servants are repairing his funeral.
そなたは親
And you will be
族たちと
contracting the family members about it.
そなたは
The window of opportunity to raise money will be closed by your own
時
hand.
間を終わらせる宣言をすることになる。
How charming is a guillotine where you lower the blade yourself?
愉快なものよ。
Nazi gasped and looked up at the ceiling. That wasn't actually anything there. He was so Nazi had found something.
So, the magical power has descended.
ナツ
Nazi,
決まった
have you made up your mind?
と。わらわの望む
What kind of magic miracles do you desire from me? All of those who had witnessed Kinzo's corpse were once again gathered in the study. Kraus was still very unsettled and clutching at his head. Genji was expressionless as ever. Nanjo and Kumasawa wore bewildered expressions on their faces. But in stark contrast to all of them, Natsu's expression was resolute.
あなたにもう一度お尋ねします。
Dear, let me ask you one more
金
time.
策は
Plan raising money is
間違いない
absolutely
です。
certain. Yes.
1年
Give it a year, no, just half a year, and it will certainly bear fruit.
必ず見れる計画なんだ。しかし今すぐにはどう
But
して
it's impossible to hope for anything right this second.
ならば、それを待ちましょう。
Then we will wait.
しかしお前も言った
But
ぞ。
you said it yourself.
親父は
That is already dead.
死んでしまった。
お父様はお亡くなりになどなっていませんよ。
Father has not passed
ま
away.
だこうし
As you can see, he's healthy
ご
as
健
ever.
在であられます。
When Achi said this, everyone looked up instantly, startled. Because they immediately understood what those words meant. However, Crouch alone didn't get right away and had to ask.
それはどういう意味だね。
What do you mean by that?
親父はもう
That is right there.
現に
And he's...
繰り返します。
I will say it again.
お父様は
Father is going...
ご健
still
在
in
であ
good
られます。
health.
ご自身の研究がお忙し
He's
い
busy with the research, so he
これ
might
まで以上に
he'll be even
書斎を出ることが
less able to leave his side than usual.
ですから私たちはお父様が研究に
Because
専
we're
念
supposed
で
to
きる
handle all
ように
external affairs
財務を
ourselves.
すべて執り行いお父様に不要なお仕事が及ばないようにしなくてはなりません。
So that father can devote himself to his research, without being burned by meaningless tasks.
つまりそれはこれ
In
まで
short,
と何ら
nothing would
変
change
わ
from
ら
the way
ない
things have been up to now.
理解できています。
Do you understand, Genji?
はい。
Yes.
片翼のわしの家具はこれからも親方様にお使いいたします。
The furniture of one-winged eagle will continue to serve the master.
熊沢
Kumasawa?
そして何
And you, Dr. Nanjo.
私の話は 理解できました。
Do you understand what I'm saying?
その
Oh,
それでいいのかね、夏井さん。
Is this really what you want to do,
お
Natsui?
父様は確かに今日お
It
亡くな
may
り
be
に
true
な
that
ったかも
father
しれない
passed away today.
しかし今この場にいる私たち
Everyone right
全員
here
は
believes we can use magic to revive
お
father.
父様を蘇らせる魔法を使うことができます。
無理ですよ、奥様。
it's impossible, madame.
そんな。いくら
That's just too much.
解剖すれば死亡時期を特定される。
The time of death will be determined in the autopsy. We can't stop it from looking suspicious.
お父様はお亡くなりにならないのですから。
Father will not have passed away. No reason for there to be an autopsy. Of course, she wasn't planning to make Kinzo live forever. Fake life given to Kinzo will only last until Crouch could repay his debts. After that, Kinzo's soul would finally get to sleep in peace. Nanjo repeated himself that the time of death would be discovered during the autopsy, and actually said again that this wouldn't be a problem.
お父様は死亡届に
Father would not pass away by being reported dead.
そうか。
I see.
失踪届か。
He'll be reported missing. After clapping his hands together, Crouch stood up, shaking his fists.
そうです。
Yes.
借金が
Once we manage to pay back the debt, if inspiration lay father to lay rest to father, we will announce that father has
お
disappeared.
父様の失踪を宣言します。
Okujima's vast, uncultured forest was the perfect place to stage his disappearance. One day, Kinzo would go out to the forest for a walk and never return. They would search for him without success to be forced to report his disappearance.
失踪なら死体がなくても死亡届を出せる。
If he disappears, we can file a report of his death without even a
つ
corpse.
まり
In other words, we can
死
seal the
亡
time
時
of
期を隠せ
death.
るということだ。どうだ、南條先
What do you
生。
think, Dr. Nanjo?
これなら何の問
Don't
題
be any
もない。
problems this way.
確かに。
Yes, I can see the logic, but
それで良い
are
の
you
です
sure
か
about this, madame? Yes, if we all keep quiet, then perhaps we can keep a secret that Master has passed
お
away.
役様がお亡くなりになられですが、どこでどう間違って誰
Well, there are so many ways that one of us could slip up and allow someone to find out.
熊沢、
Kumasawa,
声が大きいです。
keep your voice down.
お父様はあちらでお休み中
Have you
なの
forgotten that father is sleeping right there?
起こしてしまわれ
Are
る
you trying to wake him up? It isn't a corpse. Kinzo is sleeping. As Nachi said that, Kinzo lay quietly in bed as though there was nothing at all odd about her words. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? What sort of life did you enjoy? Once again, a swarm of gold butterflies started a swirl, covering Kinjo's cold body. Then, after the butterflies exploded into fine gold power and disappeared. Just like those fairy tales that have been coded over and over since long ago, Kinjo slowly opened his eyes and sat up.
お父様、
Father!
夏日
Natsui,
先に我が名誉
let me make up one thing clear.
私は生への
I did not coax you into doing this because I have attachment to life.
そそのかしたのではない。
嘘つきめ。
You liar.
は予見していたであろう。
Don't tell me you didn't anticipate this at least a little.
どうだ、金
How does it feel, Kinzo?
体の
How is your body?
isn't bad. This sounds some like being in a dream. I feel light.
Being not permitted to remain in this world still remains here. You have to accept a little discomfort. Is your body truly alright? Are you really alright?
Actually, this feels quite pleasant. This is what the world after death feels like. Then playing like Forever Ghost might not be so bad.
How is this, Natsui? Kinzo has revived! That means the funeral is unnecessary! Your hardship has been resolved! Beatrice! As Natsui tried to find words of gratitude, he just waggled her index finger and spoke. There is no need for thanks. A ruler should be proud. I not pay heed to requests, but I do follow orders. Even so, I'll say it. Thank you. This way, it bought some time for my husband. Be warned, Natsui. Kinzo may be right, there's not an eternal thing. It would only continue as long as my magic does. Be warned that the anti-magic toxin might destroy the magic. You must understand the laws of magic correctly and work hard to maintain it. I can show you, Miracle, but it's your role to grasp it and hold it together. Of course. Don't neglect the Miracle. Very good. I see. It seems masters do need to be changed every once in a while, just like floor mats. I like it. I shall serve you. Ushiromiya Natsui. I am the Ushiromiya family alchemist, the Golden Witch Beatrice. Call my name whenever you wish. I shall then appear and grant you a miracle. Thank you. I am Ushiromiya Natsui. I will implore you to protect the honor of the Ushiromiya family. Maybe you want to check the opening you skip before the stream ends, or should we just save it till next time? Damn, Comes released here October 5th, 1985.